A friend of mine reached out to me the other day and said that she was super inspired by the content that I was posting on social media about autoimmune disease, specifically rheumatoid arthritis, and she was wondering where to begin because she wanted to start her healing journey, and she said she felt lost. She didn't even know what step one would be. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Mariah. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis when I was 21 and I am now 34. So if I was going back in time to my 21-year-old self, just got my diagnosis, the very first thing that I would do is cut gluten out, like immediately. Not only are the wheat crops genetically different than they were a couple hundred years ago, they are covered in glyphosate or Roundup. It is wreaking havoc on your body, and I'm telling you, there is no reason why you need it. The second thing I would do is make sure that I am moving my body. You need to find that sweet spot. If you don't move and you don't keep your blood circulating, you're gonna get stiff and you're gonna feel miserable. So you wanna make sure you're moving enough to prevent that, but you also don't wanna overdo it because you're gonna send yourself into a flare-up. So I found that walking every day is the best way to do that. And then the third thing I would do is find a functional healthcare practitioner and begin working with them. If you can't afford that, or if you don't have insurance, find books written by them and just start educating yourself and learning, because if you can't define the problem, you can't solve it. So learn as much as you can about this disease and know that there are people that have been able to put it into remission and are thriving and living happy, healthy lives. So don't get too discouraged. There is hope, and this disease is not a death sentence. I know that a lot of times, I know in the beginning I used to be terrified of like being crippled or being in a wheelchair or things like that, but I promise you there are ways to manage this disease. So stay hopeful, educate yourself, stay positive, and choose your heart, because yes, maybe having to go on an elimination diet or a really restrictive diet is hard, but living with a disease where you can't get out of bed because you can't make better food choices is also hard. So choose your heart. Okay, love you, bye.